And are your teens raiding your medicine cabinet to get high? In a KTVU special report, we reveal a new way to help children who are addicted to prescription painkillers. Good evening, everyone. I'm Frank Somerville.
And I'm Julie Hayner.
Getting teens off drugs with a groundbreaking drug. That story still ahead.
A lot of parents worry about their teenagers taking illegal drugs, but what's talked about less often is what experts say has become an epidemic. Teenagers hooked not on street drugs, but on painkillers they often find right in their parents' medicine cabinet. Health and Science editor John Fowler has tonight's special report.
The problem may be greater in some places such as Marin County, experts say, because of affluence, availability, and attitude. Still, addiction experts report a widespread and startling surge in teens hooked on prescription painkillers. We agreed to shield some identities.
You know, I want to say I was on a one-way trip to hell, but I was in hell. I've been in hell for a long time, you know.
I mean, if I wanted to get high, I could get high, you know. And I wanted to get high almost all the time by the end of it, you know.
Had the same goal in mind each day. It was to get loaded every day on something.
And parents, often naive.
A lot of parents were involved in the drug culture of the 60s, and they don't get it that this is different.
The culprits, Vicodin, Percocet, OxyContin, so valuable relieving pain, but so virulent wrecking lives. Addiction specialist Dr. Howard Kornfeld says this epidemic is now seeping into middle schools.
The age 12 to 15, the first drug that a lot of these kids take is the pain pills from their parents' medicine cabinet.
I had some surgery and I was taking Vicodin, and they were in my medicine cabinet, yeah.
I would steal those, or, you know, I'd steal them from other parents' medicine cabinets.
Easier to get than alcohol. 100 times easier. You know, all the drug awareness programs and all that stuff had no effect on whether or not I was going to take that drug, or, you know.
The first mind-altering substance I ever tried was someone said, like, wow, you're a blast. You know, something like that. And it clicked in my mind and said, that's the answer.
I always justified, to an extent, my use because it was prescription drugs. You know, it came in a bottle. I've been taking pills my whole life, you know, vitamins, Tylenol, Advil. You know, they have your name on it.
Gradually they become addicted. They become socially obsessed with getting these things because they're going into withdrawal, and their life starts to fall apart.
I had to increase it till I was taking 5, 6, 7, 8 of them at a time, or crushing them up and snorting them to get a more powerful high. I would say I was spending, $500 a week.
Stealing the money from friends and family, as did Zach, even while visiting his dying grandfather.
And I was a thief, you know, and I knew what I would find in that house. And my grandfather died that night. And I wasn't there to see him because I was robbing him for drugs.
I called other parents and said, do you know that maybe your kids are doing this? And they said, we don't care. It was just a really hopeless feeling. I just didn't know what to do.
She intervened, turning to Mill Valley's Recovery Without Walls program. Kornfeld says he's treated hundreds of addicted teens with tough boundaries, drug truth, and this, buprenorphine, itself an opiate available only through certain doctors.
Then we give them this drug. It allows their whole opiate system to be free from being hijacked, let's say, by the Vicodin or the OxyContin.
I like myself today, which is a new thing for me, you know. Today my recovery is #1. Without it, I have nothing, you know. So.
Sure. The amount of times that I was behind the wheel under the influence of something, or the mixing of substances that I did, it's a miracle that I'm alive today. So.
I'm frightened, you know, I'm scared, and today I'm thankful for that fear. I'm thankful to be able to see myself for what I was, so that I can recognize what I never want to be ever again.
Kornfeld says eliminate the temptation.
Don't keep these prescription bottles longer than you need them.
And watch for mood swings, theft, unusual lying, and school problems.
Parents should not be in denial. They need to pay attention to what's going on and not wait too long.
If you recognize any of these symptoms in yourself or someone you love, you should know there is help and that no one can recover alone. Health and Science Editor John Fowler, KTVU, Channel 2 News.